Grid Life 2020 prep. What are we doing here?
Putting a domino sign on it.
We're putting a domino sign on the car. I can't see dog shit on film here. It's a little little dongle deal.
You see signs like low-key cost like $100.
I'm so glad
dude, they're
that
probably
he's
not
done
cheap.
this before. we got pros over here. They know what they're doing.
I mean, I don't know if this is pro.
This is damn near pro. Look at that.
Let's strip like 4 inches off there so you can wrap it around there good so it won't come off.
Kevin's getting excited with it now. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that. Welcome to episode 3. So you want to drift? In this episode, we're going to show you how to pick a car, how to budget it, and how to figure out what you need to do to get involved if you're really going to dive in deep in the drift community and drive for yourself. In this episode, we're going to cover how to pick a good drift car, what chassis to pick, what cars are affordable, which are reliable, easy to work on, reasonably priced, that have parts that are easily acquirable, and are able to be fixed anywhere. We're going to tell you what you need to look for as far as potentially purchasing a drift car, making a budget and work within the budget so you don't ruin your life, how to find a source for tires and what tires you should be running, and what to be prepared for once you own that drift car. There are a lot of things to look for when purchasing a potential drift car. You need to find something that is clean, rust-free, and that has not been wrecked too badly. You don't want a twisted chassis, you don't want anything that's mangled or bent up too badly. Minor damage to the front or rear end can be workable, but you don't want anything that's very twisted up because it's just going to cause you a lot of problems in the long run. You want to find something that the parts are not too expensive, that are easily attainable and can be purchased anywhere. The best thing about like semi-pro or like entry-level drift cars is like a car like this. I bought this car for $1,050 and I wanted to part it out and pull the transmission out to put in my other car because I didn't have a transmission available. And we built this thing over COVID. Well, today's the day. Finally getting this piece of junk out of the field. I guess get some work done to her. What a gem. Paint's still fairly nice on this thing, you know what I mean? I haven't seen this thing in like a year and a half. It's just been sitting out here. But we're going to get her going today. And needless to say, I have about $3,000 invested in this car, and it's won 2 podium events. So, you know, you could do it on a low budget. But just be prepared that you're going to need to go through everything. No matter what car you buy, you want to look it over thoroughly, nut and bolt check it, make sure everything is good to go before you hit the track. You don't want to hit the track with a car that's leaking, knocking, having engine problems, anything like that, because when you go to the track, you're going to be miserable and you're going to spend all your time working on your car. You're not going to spend your time driving, you're not going to have fun, and you're going to be frustrated. So make sure you get everything ironed out and solid, make sure the car can drive around on the street, and it doesn't have to be registered, you know, but if you got to take a quick lap around the block or go to a test day at a racetrack and just make sure everything's ironed out, it will make it so much better when you actually do hit the track for an event, so you're not spending the whole time working on your car. No.
keep in mind, your car can be stock for the first time you take it to the track, or for the first season like mine was. You don't need a heavily modified car to go out there and drift. It will make it a lot harder to drive a stock car, but if you're able to manage drifting with minimal angle and keep it on track and keep from spinning out, once you add performance parts to your car and add angle and add power, you'll progress much faster. If you start off trying to learn to drift with a high-powered, high-angled car that works really well, your progression is going to be a lot slower because the car is much better than the driver is at that point. So it's nice to progress with the car as you're learning to drift. Improve the car, improve your driving skills, and as time goes on, both you and the car will advance to a new level and continuously progress.
When I started out drifting, I drifted a stock 96 Cobra and stock steering angle, everything. And then eventually I pulled the rack limiters and I added a little bit more angle and whatever else. But the suspension was stock and it rolled over, and I had a hard time. I spun out a lot. But as I learned to progress, I was really able to understand like that sweet spot and how much angle I can throw. And then once I added an angle kit to it and added power to it, I was really able to just throw it at lock or know what felt great and just drive out of it. So a lot of it is just understanding yourself, your capabilities as a driver, and then also understanding the weaknesses and the advantages of your platform. Damn, that's full droop. Yeah, but that's all right. I mean, we can kind of get an idea for. We'll see it when she's slammed down. Looks pretty fancy, bud. Looks pretty fancy. All right. That's gonna be. It's gonna be an exciting day.
So you guys want to show them?
Yeah.
Look at the cushion carnage. Isn't that lovely? So this is just like floating around in there. So it's the
Let's
side.
see if we can get it on this side here. Yeah.
Physically contacting the body.
There's no bushing in there. It's metal on metal.
And then this side. It's the same way.
Okay.
Same.
Great.
Yeah. And then
Up
the
here
upper.
is-
The upper is hammered.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's not great. Okay, let's go up. So now we're gonna look at the drive shaft really quick. Sean Alger just noted something. The drive shaft itself here comes from this side. The drive shaft is now hitting the floor over here.
That's amazing that it shifts that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
So we need, and luckily we have all the parts coming for the rear arms, but I need enough for bushing as well by tomorrow.
Whew. Damn. Just out here Saturday doing some driving and shit. A lot of fun. The Cobra's doing pretty well, burning up these freaking tires. And it has the Domino sign still on it, so that's pretty mint. But yeah, we put a good 30-40 miles on her. Gets pretty damn hot, but just run the heater.
When you're starting out, your tire consumption won't be too bad. But as time goes on and the car gains more power and you learn how to chain drifts together and spend more time on track, your tires will wear much faster and you'll be going through a lot more tires. Starting out, you may be okay with 6 tires that are used to go drifting with, but as you progress, you're going to probably end up with a truck bed full of brand new tires that will hopefully last you through the weekend. Dang, that's a collection right there. Yeah, you didn't bring this many tires, did you? 16. 16? I don't know. Oh, jeez. I guess this is for 2 cars, but a lot of people will run tires way too far and run them to the cords and blow them out and all that, but that does a lot of damage to your car. It's hard on the track, stuff like that. So you can kind of tell when the tires get a little bit hot, they start to get really greasy, they get really slick, and that last little bit of tire, when they're just about worn out, they slip and slide all over the place and you lose a ton of side bite and you kind of know they're about to go. You'll also hear them start to unwind and the cords start hitting the body of the car or the exhaust or something. That's usually when it's good just to kind of shut it down and take it easy and not run them all the way down and blow them out, because then you're going to end up with a mess of rubber all over your car, on the side of it, underneath it, caught and everything, and then also it makes it a lot more of a pain to handle those wheels and tires later and then dismount them as well. And you know, you can definitely cut your hands on some of those cords and stuff as well.
Dude, I think your tires are gone. Yeah, they're throwing sparks, I think. Are you going first or me?
Be over-prepared, whether it's food, drink, hydration, stuff for you personally. Be prepared. Bring all the fluids you need for your car. Bring more than enough tires. Bring water sprayers. Bring everything you need. Bring canopies and stuff so you can be out of the sun. Anything you can do to prolong a 2-3 day weekend is great, and you can make it happen. And you just have to make it work with whatever chassis you have. So you have to continuously adjust.
When you're starting out, getting tires anywhere you can is beneficial to keep costs down. Whether they're from dealerships or tire shops or wherever you can find used tires, it's always beneficial to get whatever you can. However, as you progress, you're going to want a tire that's more consistent and get more seat time and not deal with the hassle of mounting and dismounting tires that don't have a lot of tread. So a lot of times it's best to advance to buy new tires so you have that consistent grip and know what your car is going to do every time you're on track. A helpful thing to do is get a tire sponsor if you can. Find a local tire shop, find somebody that's involved, or just get a sponsor that's willing to cover some of your tires. That'll make it a lot more affordable and a lot more fun when you go out on track to know that you're not spending your whole life savings to burn up a few tires. Buying a drift car is the first piece of the puzzle, but once you own it, there's a lot of things you have to consider. Where are you going to keep it? Where are you going to store it? How are you going to move it place to place? If it's not running and driving, are you going to get it running and driving and street it, or are you just going to trailer it? If you're going to trailer it, then you obviously have to have a truck and trailer to do that with. So there's a lot of things to be prepared for. Thanks for joining us for episode 3. I hope you learned a few things about picking a drift car and finding what to look for and figuring out what you need to do to get it on track. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of work, but if you are smart, do your research, do your homework, and are properly prepared, going to the drift track will be a great time and you'll have a blast. Thanks for watching.